You're listening to It's Not a Show with Tara DeFrancisco and Rance Rizzuto. They're usually performers, but today they're just pals. And it's not a show.
Hey, we're back.
Oh, happy episode 2 of season 2 on the old It's Not a Show. Hi, pals.
Hey, I'm Rance Rizzuto.
I'm Tara DeFrancisco.
And this is It's Not a Show.
Yeah.
That sounds like just a weird sentence.
Yeah, it does sound like a weird sentence, but it's not. It's a podcast, and we're so happy to be here with you. We're rolling out the new season 2 episodes starting this week, and we're so excited that you're here. Oh gosh,
so excited. Oh my goodness.
I'll tell you what, this show was conceived as a way to kind of get out some energy during ridiculous times and just debate things that don't really matter, huh?
Yeah, and the times haven't gotten any less ridiculous, sir. So let's keep on spewing.
You said it. Now, some of these things that we get on this show from No Show Nation, that's you, the listener, are debatables or quandaries that we can kind of talk about for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole point of the show. But hey, No Show Nation, if you ever have a debatable to submit, you can go to itsnotashow.com. That's itsnotashow.com and submit a debatable to us.
Yeah, that's how we do the show.
Yeah, we're so thankful. We have hundreds of questions. We've been through, I don't know, I want to say we've been through already like maybe 30 debatables in season 1 to now.
Boy, I was going to say 1,000, so I was way off.
Yeah, your numbers are not adding up. Not. I did the crunching, and I think you're way off.
I did not crunch. I just spitballed.
Anyway, we're so glad you're here. Thanks for listening. If you've never been here before, feel free to catch up on season 1. And if not, just jump right in. You're going to get it right away.
Yeah. Hey, Tara and I run the Nest Theater in Columbus, Ohio. And in Columbus, Ohio, it is feeling like fall for the first time.
Oh, apples. Oh, leaves. Oh, cider. Oh, ghosts and Halloween.
Oh, my goodness. This my favorite season, I'd have to say, is fall.
Oh, apples. I'll tell you what. Fall rules. I'll tell you what. Seasons rule. I'll put it there. There's a reason I stayed in the Midwest. I mean, I like so many lands, and I'm very fortunate to travel. I know Rance is as well, but holy cats! Like I think from living in Chicago for so long and being born here in Seabus, Ohio, and living in places like Athens, Ohio, that were like so leafy and hilly, and Rance is from the coast, the Oregon coast, or Oregon, and has been to the Oregon coast a lot. The fall is gorgeous.
Gorgeous. And like I like some seasons. Chicago was good, but it was Chicago cool. Is definitely a 5 months of summer, 5 months of winter place. And
you think?
Yeah.
I think it's here's the breakdown for me for Chicago. Okay.
Yeah.
We got October, maybe late October through, I'd say, May, winter.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah, I remember it snowing in April several times in Chicago.
I do too.
And I'd say May to June is spring. I'd say June to, I'm going to go maybe Sept is summer. And
June to Sept?
Yeah, and I think Sept to Oct is fall. You get very little of the goods.
Yeah, you get, I'll go even less. You get 2 weeks of spring and 2 weeks of fall.
I mean, I love Chicago, don't get me wrong, but I'll tell you what, the weak spot is the transfer from summer to fall, and like the spring and fall get the shaft for sure.
And even like now in Columbus, it's like mid-October right now as we're recording this, and it's our first hoodies and jeans day.
We've got the windows open. I'm made of pumpkins. Everyone's having fun. It's so crisp.
And I've been missing it. I'm so done with summer about 2 months into summer. And
2 months?
Yeah.
You're done with summer the minute the calendar says summer.
Be cool. I'm trying to look like a normal person.
No. Listen up. If this was a debatable show about seasons, Rance is a liar. That's how we start, because he does not like Summer, okay? Like I'm a little water baby, okay? I like to get in that pool. I like to splish
No
around.
thanks.
I like to play games in a pool because I'm not an idiot. And I'll tell you what, like I gotta tell you what, people that go in a pool just to sit there in sun, what are you doing? Get out of koosh ball and do something with your life. Come on. If you're gonna be on a beach, you're just like, I'm just gonna get these rays. That's fine, but you can catch rays not being like stagnant. You can go play stuff. You can run around in the sand, you can splash in the shore, you can play with kids, you can make a dog run, you can entertain yourself by walking or like I said, splashing around. I don't get people that go to the pool just to like sit.
I don't get people going to the pool. It's
hey.
It's especially after watching, what's the guy that makes the squirrel obstacle courses and does the like
Mark Rober?
Yeah, Mark Rober did a science experiment with pool water. He took 2 equal 5-gallon buckets of pool water with chlorine,
Ooh.
put them both in separate ones, and peed in one of them.
Ooh.
Put a lid on it, let it sit. The bucket with pee was the one that smelled like what a pool smells like, and the one with no pee just didn't smell like anything. So going to the pool was already not tops on my list, and then after seeing that, it's like we're just swimming in piss. Like that's all you're doing is swimming in piss. You're swimming in piss. You open your eyes underwater. You're looking straight at piss. You're tasting the water. You're drinking piss. You smelling piss. You hear that sound of splashing. You're listening to piss.
Guess what? I've done worse.
But
we're not here to talk about summer. We're here to talk about fall. Baby,
the pumpkins and no piss to be in.
There's no piss to be had. Everyone's doing great. Piss free in October. Piss free in November.
Give me some jeans, a hoodie, a little cozy cup of coffee.
Oh,
give me a cave. Give me a TV or a video game with the TV. And
that's not fall. Wait a minute, you're inside. You're just inside.
Yeah, that's fall.
No.
That's summer. That's spring. That's winter.
No, fall is pumpkin carving. Fall is cider drinking. Fall is corn maze mysteries.
Paul? Who's Paul?
Have I not told you about Paul?
Who's Paul and what's he doing in my corn maze?
He's the mascot of fall. Paul.
Paul. Paul.
Yeah, that's him.
Hey, No Show Nation. I know some of you are artists out there. We're gonna need a drawing of Fall Paul, the mascot of autumn.
I'll tell you what, we've gotten some great fan art for this show, and I can't thank you enough for how ridiculous some of these things have been. So thank you. Fall Paul, we request. It's like a new Garbage Pail Kid, but he's not necessarily
he's not so bad off.
Yeah.
Not so bad off.
He's not a summertime urine. Summer urine that we also are requesting is drawn by Garbage Pail Kid. Stylistically, Garbage Pail Kid is summer urine, but Paul Fall can be whatever he wants.
Holden showers.
Oh, oh no. Well, here we are.
Rip Van Tinkle.
What's happening? Urea Franklin.
Yeah.
I feel good. PPPP.
PPPP. Oh my God. This is a good start already. I think we should just end it here and not have any debatables.
No. We have to get the debatables. The No Show Nation has demanded it. And I'll tell you what, since we don't have any sponsors specifically for this show, we are going to plug our own place, nesttheater.com. If you've never been to the Nest Theater, we can't rave about it enough. It's a great community of artistic people in the Central Ohio area. It boasts 25 main stage rotational shows, and it has even virtual things. So if you've ever watching virtual shows or virtual experiences, you can go to our Twitch stream. But if you're in Columbus, Ohio, or the Central Ohio area, go to nesttheater.com for classes and the 25 rotational main stage shows that happen there all the time.
Check it out. nesttheater.com.
All right. And if you're listening to us from somewhere else, which we know you have been, so thank you from writing in all over. Another thing to notice is itsnotashow.com. If you want to submit your debatable, go to itsnotashow.com to do so. We always take debatables from our listeners to rant and rave about as we go.
Yeah, speaking of, debatable number one.
It's the only one.
The only one.
Okay, here's the debatable, or here's the quandary, I should say, today.
Okay.
And I'm just curious about this because I think it might be a nice discussion with you because I don't know the answer, but I know some answers. The question that we're getting for both of us is, what's the weirdest nickname someone has given to you or you've given to someone else? This is from Doug Shaw in Cedar Falls, Iowa. Thanks for writing, Doug.
What's up, Doug Shaw? Boy, like the things that are coming to mind are definitely not nicknames that have been given to me or that I've given to people, but weird nicknames that I know other people have.
Okay.
Like there's some friends of Tara's from her high school days that have nicknames, and I can't even think of what one of them is, but I definitely can think of the other. And my question is always why? Like, why did they get this nickname?
You're always a question of origin. You're always like, where did that come from? And I'm like, ooh, good call. Yeah. Sometimes if someone like did something, like did an activity and they did it well or badly, and they start getting called, hurdles.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe that they probably tripped over a hurdle, right? So like sometimes nicknames are a result of maybe a struggle, a failure of your own that you get labeled with, or a success if we're being very kind.
Yeah. Can I start with mine actually, just to get them out of the way? Because
I would love to. Yes, please.
They are my personal nicknames. I don't feel are weird. They're all because my name is unique in itself, Rants. Everyone feels the compulsion to pun it, and they're always the same damn puns I've heard every time. So I get a lot of rants, a lot of rancid, the ones that stuck, that at least had like some effort put into them. Also, one of them similar to what Tara had, what was Ranceroni, the San Francisco treat.
Yeah.
Based on the as I was growing up, Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat commercial.
Yeah. And mine was Rice-A-Roni, the Di Francisco treat, which is even funnier that we had similar nicknames.
Yeah. So we had those. Someone in college called me Ranchous, which I was like, that's new. I'll
I don't know
take
if I
it.
get it. Is it like righteous?
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work, but it
Valiant.
It was new. It didn't say rants a lot, didn't say rancid.
I like the idea because you are righteous, but it's a tough rant. That ranch makes it sound like dressing no matter what.
Yeah. And one person, when you and I taught in Chicago, they have had an intensive there that would be people from all over the world. And someone gave me drew a picture of my head in a bowl and it said ranch risotto. So I was like,
it's a cute picture too.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty solid to do both a play of words on both first and last name.
Yes. Yeah, you and I share that. I think in some regard, Rance is certainly even more unique, but I think because my name was long in Italian, people were just kind of like, I don't know, with not tons of nicknames that were like born out of my name for sure.
But you have a chain that I'd like to, well, I think they should know about. NSN, No Show Nation should know about.
Can you give me more so I can do it?
Yeah, the nickname that Tara gets or got called was Bones.
Okay, so let's start here. My college friends call me Bones, like Bones, like bones, but it's Bones. I think the chain started here, Rich. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
I think we all at one point were doing like Scooby-Doo voice. This kind of, if everyone is familiar with that, it's all ours. Like ruh-roh, like that kind of thing. So I think we just for some reason had been saying our words, and so my name in that way would be Rara, right? Rara turned into Yara, which I don't know why that happened. It turned into Yara, which turned into Yara. I can't tell you why that happened either.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, Yara Bones became the full length of that name.
Said sort of like an old fortune teller.
Yeah, oh yeah, I loved it because it was like so weird and it made no sense. Like no one had any
Bones.
context of why. Yara Bones always said that way. It wasn't like, hey Yara Bones. It was always like Yara Bones. Like it was spooky. And then it turned into Bones, and then it turned into Bonays, like Lisa Bonays. Lisa Bonet, but it was Bonays. And it was spelled Bones, but we all knew it was Bonays. I think there are some people that might be purists and say Bonays. Bonays. But I don't know why. I don't.
Who are these people who would be purists? You mean like if you got a text from a friend?
Yeah, I think they might spell it Bonays like with the AYS, but I know that I most often when I get texts from my college friends, they will say Bones, like spelled normally.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's I don't know, but I don't know where the Bones part came. I can't remember that part. I think it's separate, and then someone kind of like hybrided my name to Yera Bones. Like I was called Bones separately, and then it was put together. I don't know why Bones doesn't fit me in any way, shape, or form. So it's even funnier that that was my nickname. Then I don't think my high school friends called me anything. I don't know if the Chicago friends called me anything specific. I know like sports friends kind of have on and off, but it's usually just my last name shortened, like DFran.
DFran or TD.
Yeah, TD. I got a lot. Touchdown I got for a brief amount of time because TD is my initials. So that was fun.
Oh, you know what? Someone called me Railroad.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
Mike Shreeman, shout out.
Hi, buddy. Yeah, I think a lot of my comedy sports friends, shout out, called me Touchdown because it was kind of it's like a sporty themed show, improvisational show. So I know I had a jersey that had that on the back at one point. And yeah, there other than that though, a lot of D friends in my life, TDs in my life. Tara D. That's the thing I haven't said.
Oh yeah,
I think
Tara
everyone
D.
in my life, from the time I was a very small, I want to say kindergarten on, I've always been Tara D, even if there wasn't another Tara.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, I know that stuck in high school because there's another good friend of mine named Tara Mentz, shout out, who was the other Tara in my class. So it made sense that we had differentiation there. But in elementary school, when I went to public school, I was still Tara D. And my brothers, I think, were too. My brothers were not Tara D, but they were first. That'd be weird. They were first name, last initial. I wonder if it's an Italian thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Too hard to spell the name kind of thing.
I feel like Tara's whole circle of friends, I've always been a little jealous of because I didn't have like a huge full circle of friends in high school, and all of her friends had, or a lot of your friends had fun nicknames.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm trying to think of how it started. My friend Blaine and I would call each other King Corn, but it wasn't necessarily like a nickname. It was more of a burn. So it was like, I think it stemmed from like you're being a cornball, shortened to you're a corn, lengthened to you're being a corn.
Yeah.
No, you're being a corn. You're King Corn. And that was like essentially the triple dog dare of calling someone a corn.
Let me tell you something. King Corn is a great slam. I love it. I love King Corn.
Here's what everyone needs to know, including me and including you, because you don't know the why of this one. But Tara's got a friend they call Schmenk. And
I know why.
No, you don't. You don't have the why. You know what it can. You know one connection to it. You know one connection to it, but you don't have the like strong. You don't have the proof that I need.
I didn't know I have to evidence it.
Yeah,
we definitely call. I mean, to the point that I don't know that I would call him by his regular name at all point now. Even if I saw him, I think I'd say hi, Schmenk. But Schmenk was Schmenk me, and it was. I think it came from Schmenk you very much, which got reduced to Schmenk. Now, why he has that nickname, not sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm missing. I need that why.
I know I was there for the birth of it, but I just don't remember what he said to make that happen.
You just told me about someone else recently too that was like another
Sleeves. I have a lot of good nicknames in my life. What can I say? Sleeves. Yeah. There was a girl that my friend Chrissy Swartz went to college with named Eve, and we started calling her Sleeves, and it stuck, and no one called her Eve anymore. I think they still call her Sleeves, I believe. Sleeve Beeve.
Dang.
Sleeve Believe.
Are there any other nicknames you can think of? I was Dr. Spam for a while, but that was by choice.
Oh yeah, because you were a camp counselor, so you had lots of good nicknames in that realm.
Yeah. Like that was the thing where it's like, what's a requirement of the camp? Everyone has a fake name. It's kind of just this fun thing that happens where the kids are always trying to guess your real name.
Yeah.
But then we know some people who've tried to give themselves a nickname, which is not how nicknames are created. You can't just call yourself something and be like, this is my nickname. Not like I prefer to go by my middle name, but like a nickname.
No. Yeah, well, you say that, but it kind of does work. I mean, sometimes it really backfires, but sometimes it does work. Like we had a friend in Chicago, Pat Gallen. Hi, Pat Gallen.
Hey,
and
Pat.
We're really going to go after you here because it's so fun to go after you and you're a wonderful human. He gave himself the nickname Black Dog.
Yeah.
This guy really pushed it. I mean, he really was trying to be like, my name is Black Dog now. And everyone would just be like, hi, Gallon. Like they would never, ever give him the satisfaction. Also because he's like a lovely person. We have people in our lives, maybe you do too, no shows, but it's like, there are these certain people that you like so much that it's like, they've become the fun mascot of your group that like you can kind of pick on and they know it's out of love. We have several of those, like my nephew is one of those people. Hi, Tony. Namdi Ngwe is one of those people.
Yep.
Hi, Namdi. Michael Tonovitz is one of those people that you've seen or heard on this podcast.
Yep.
And also, weirdly, Michael Tonovitz also did it to himself, which I think is interesting. He always tries to get people to call him Beef.
I did not. I don't. If I knew about this, I have no memory of it.
You don't?
Beef?
He signs emails sometimes, Beef. And it's not his initials at all. So I don't know what the origin is. And I'm not in on the joke. And I don't know if he is.
I think here's the problem for them. Tonovitz is like, if you say like Michael's coming to something, I won't know who you're talking about. But if you say Tonovitz is, I will. Gallon. Yeah. Same thing. Like they're both people that their nickname has already become just calling them their last name. You can't just like, if you're a last name person where like the majority of the people you are in a friend circle with call you by your last name, you've lost the opportunity to change and give yourself a nickname. No one's going to call you Beef. No one's going to call you Black Dog. I mean, people call him Black Dog as more of a like,
it's more like a we'll do it.
Yeah, but he spent so much time like really referring to himself as Black Dog that it like it did work, but it shouldn't have.
It was very funny though. Yeah. That he like really campaigned for it. I think that's like kind of the joy of it. And I'm curious now if the listeners, if you have people in your lives that you could turn in their nickname and say what the origin story is. I'm with Rance. I love a good origin story on what the nickname came from. But I also want this question answered, which Rance and I recently talked about just around town. We were talking about how every John we know, whether it's Jon or John, not one of them we call John. We all call them their last name. And we were like, is it an anomaly with only the name John? Or is it that maybe like very used first names are referred to as last names?
And I think it ended up being, it was more us than
it was
anything else. Like some of them are referred, like they have people that call them John or Jonathan, but I feel like it's for us, maybe it's just there's so many Johns or Jonathans in improv that it's also became more normal to just be last name.
Yeah, it's certainly a used name on the comedy circuit, that's for sure. Maybe that's what it is, but I'd love to know if you have like, I'd love to hear nickname stories because I think they're often very entertaining. So if you have a good nickname story, pass it along. This also just reminded me of Spot was a nickname I had as a child.
Spot? Oh, I know.
Yeah, I had a little birthmark under my eye and my brothers called me Spot, like a bunch of dicks.
Here's one. What did your mom call you when you were a kid, when you were young?
Tara.
She just called you Tara?
Yeah, I think so.
My mom called me Rootsy Baba.
Oh, forget mine. Mine was yours. My mom called me Rootsy Baba.
She did? Oh, wow.
Wait. Okay, I've heard you refer to this before. Tell the story. What's Rootsy Baba?
I think it's just like baby talk gibberish.
Rootsy Baba?
Yeah, like
what's it in reference to?
It's in reference to nothing. It's just sort of like sing-songy, and she called my sister Sugar Booger.
Okay, but Sugar Booger is a term.
But it's based off of Shauna. So Shauna Sugar, like it's kind of like how our dogs have gone from being Clark and Addison to Clarkus to Sudi.
Wait, save that. Let's talk about that in a moment. We got to get to Rootsy Baba. So I don't get how I don't get Rootsy and I don't get Baba as the second leap.
I think Rootsy was just born out of
Rance
Rizzuto.
And what's Baba?
The end.
Adorable. I like Sugar Booger, though it is not related to Shauna's name, makes sense that it's a phrase that completes itself. Does that make sense? Like if you're calling someone sugar, I can see how the leap to booger would be a thing you'd do, especially from the South, which your mom is not. But with Rootsy, I think it'd be like Rootsy Tootsie or Rootsy. I don't know. What would you say naturally next? It wouldn't be Baba.
I'd probably say Baba. It might be. I don't know if it's like, I doubt that it's this, but there could be some Swedish in there.
That's what I want. It might be baby.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like that makes more sense. That there's got to be a reason that Baba was the next thing she said.
But it's also my mom doesn't know Swedish. I mean, when she any Swedish she knows is phrases picked up from older relatives, and then later in life she took like Swedish classes, but in her 40s.
Okay, so she didn't know it then. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Rootsy Baba.
Rootsy Baba.
It's really cute. Doesn't really matter, but it's like, I wonder what the leap was in her brain that thought like, yeah, this is it.
It's the same as with our dogs.
Okay, now talk about that.
Yeah. With our dogs, it's the same thing because the chain of names grows and grows when you're just like playing with them. Like we have our two dogs are Clark and Addison.
Mm-hmm.
Clark has become Clarkus, has become Clarkus Barkus, has become Clarkus Barkus Alamagarkus, has become Clarkus Barkus Alamagarkus, Anus, Pinus, Enus, Dunus.
I think you got that out of order, but it's very close.
What's the order? I was trying to remember. We haven't given him his full name in a long time.
To the point now that when I say his name, if I don't say Clarkus, he doesn't really respond. It's like, or if I say, hey, Bark, he'll respond, but he won't look at me for Clark.
Yeah.
And same goes for Addison.
Yep.
Which now Addison is Addison, Addisudi, Battaruti, Addisudi Battaruti that likes to dance.
Yep.
Addisudi Battaruti that likes to dance and make romance.
I think so.
And that turned into Sudi.
Yeah, Sudi. And then Sudi is slowly, for some reasons, turned into Scooby, which is turned into Scoob. Like if we come home, I'll be like, hey, Scoob.
Yeah. So we definitely are at this point. They're probably like, why? Just respond to them. They're very smart, luckily, but they always look at us like, that's fine. We get what you're talking to us. Yeah. Scooby, Barkus, Scoob, Clarkus, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you say why Rootsy Baba, I counter with why Clarkus Barkus Almagarkus Anus Penis Enos Dunas.
Well, it rhymes. Clarkus Barkus Alamagarkus was like a cool magic trick that we thought like, okay, cool. He's a magician.
Yeah.
And I guarantee No Show Nation people have pet nicknames.
Yeah.
Easy. Because I'll tell you what, I started a thread once that was just like, what do you call your dogs or whatever on like Facebook or something. And I got the greatest responses back that were like, well, his name's really Roger, but we call him Fish Sticks or whatever. It's like, what? Like they were unrelated. They were definitely like, you had to like
Fish
really
sticks.
follow the train to get to why they called it this thing.
Yeah, Fish Sticks.
Yeah, it'll be like, oh, well, we named him Mark, but his name is Titters. Oh, okay.
Oh.
I see. Well, like his name is Mark, and then he barks, and then he gets the jitters, and now he's Titters. That's like it's like that kind of thing. Where
Yeah, it all makes sense when you think about it. Well, I don't know if that answers the nickname question like they wanted, but it's like Nick. I think we added some depth or breadth to it and lumped in some nice little nickname things.
I'll add a debatable for the listeners, the No Show Nations. Do you think it's possible that you can give yourself a nickname?
No.
Yeah, I say no.
I mean, is it possible? Yeah, we've seen it done.
Sure, but a nickname in its most righteous sense,
Thank you.
should be given, I believe, rather than given to yourself. It's like it's a joy to be like kind of knighted with a nickname, even if it's a ridiculous nickname.
Yeah.
I know I have way more nicknames that I've given, but I can't think of any off the top. But I know that I was wheeling and dealing nicknames for a while, and it's fun because people really like to feel included, and it makes you feel seen, and it's silly, and it's like you immediately have a fun thing to be playful about with someone else if they want a nickname. I'll add that caveat of like, don't just like wheel and deal nicknames out to people that are like, I'm good with my name, thanks. But I mean, like if it's a playful thing that comes up organically, it's like the coolest, best feeling.
Yeah. Hey, this is this season 2 rolling right along. Get us your debatables in at itsnotashow.com, and we'll see you the next time around, y'all.
Bye, everybody.